So now we're moving on to my trading tip of the week. We've been talking about data and everything, so it sort of leads on from that. So, if you're trading, especially if you're day trading or intraday trading, just make sure that you're aware of when those data releases are coming out, or if there's going to be any central bank speakers, anything effectively that can be market moving. It's easy enough to check. All you've got to do is just go onto some of these sort of websites and look at their economic calendars for the times that it comes out and make a note of it so you don't forget, or even set an alarm on your phone or something. But this data that comes out and these speakers, they're going to impact markets because all the investors are very nervous at the moment. And of course, as I mentioned, that data, is it reliable? And also something before the data's coming out, especially if you're sort of considering trading it, and just be careful about doing that. But you've got to analyze to see if it's already priced in. So, if they're expecting good data, has the market already been moving up over the last few days? Because that could mean that traders are preempting that and already taking those positions on. They're hoping to get in at a better price. So if you do lack experience on trading and the impacts of data and such like, practice on a demo to improve. Just see if you get the moves right. You've got to improve your fundamental understanding. I trade in all different ways. Fundamentals, technicals, a little bit of just basic instincts even. But I've been trading for over 4 decades, so it's no surprise. But even so, you've got to sort of make sure you do understand what's going on in these markets, and they're constantly evolving, the same as everything else. So, what you expect it to be in the form of traditional macroeconomics isn't necessarily the case, especially when you've got central banks so deeply involved in these markets as they are. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the technical analysis section. Again, just a reminder, so in the right hand border, anything that's there in black, they are the support resistance levels. Brown numbers are breakout levels. Any claret numbers are just where I've sort of identified where I can see some support or resistance. It might just be a build up there, or they could be based on double or triple tops or bottoms. And then below you can see the colors for the pivot points and also Fibonacci for when I put them on. Okay, so as I mentioned, when we look at the charts, it's been one of those where we've seen a lot of movement coming through, much stronger for the stocks, and the Dow finished the week on its high, well, for the week anyway, and so I've got resistance at 34,594. I've also got resistance at 33,432. It's a downtrend line. I've got support at 32,572, and I've got the same breakout level still in there at 31,731 should the markets drop. Moving on to the 30-minute, I've got resistance at 33,458, also at 33,430, support at 33,254, 32,954, and 32,770. As we look at the S&P on the daily, I've got resistance at 41.43 and 40.55, with support at 39.27 and 38.04. It's going to break out one way or the other when you look at that from the closest support and resistance levels. And then Moving on to the 30-minute, I've got resistance at 4,057 and 4,054, two quite tight lines, but taken from completely different levels. And then support I've got at 4,012, and then below that 39.93 and 39.73. Nasdaq resistance at 12,748 and 12,464. Support at 11,851 and 11,830. On the 30-minute, I've got resistance at 12,328, and I've got support at 12,272 and 12,078 and 12,073. You know, as I usually remind, you can always take screenshots or just take pictures with your phone, especially for the dailies, because they don't change so much during the week unless there's been some serious move. Okay, moving on to the Russell, I've got resistance at 1998. I've got resistance at 1952. And then support at 1876. On the 30-minute time frame, I've got 1936 resistance with support at 1928, 1903 and also 1898. Now we're just going to look at a couple of currencies. So here's the pound against the dollar on the daily. I've got resistance at 123.19. I've also got resistance at 121.55 with support at 119.17. On the 30-minute, I've got resistance at 120.77 and 120.49, pretty much where it closed, and support at 119.74 and 119.63. Again, just keep your eye out for the GDP numbers from the UK if you're trading pound against the dollar. Moving on to the euro, I've got resistance at 108.25 and 106.89 with support at 105.89 and 105.30. So again, probably expect to break out quite quickly on that one. And the 30-minute is 106.63 resistance, 106.51 and 106.48 with support at 105.97. So if we look at Bitcoin, it had a pretty poor week, ended up on the lows, bit of sort of fundamental news came out there, so impacted and caused a wave of selling, a very quick wave of selling as well, as you'll see when we move on to the 30-minute. But we've got resistance at 25,310 and 23,768, support at 22,001 and 26,995. So there you can see that big sharp move that happened within an hour. And so resistance I've got at 23,605 and 23,527, and I've got support at 22,160. It just sort of ended up the day consolidating once it had that big move, as people are considering, you know, traders are working out where it's going to go next now and how much impact that news is going to have. So when we sort of look at Bitcoin against Nasdaq, you know, where those correlations were getting tighter. As the last few weeks I've put it on a 30-minute, but this week I've moved it back to a daily, so you can see that, you know, they're actually sort of inverse moves going on there at the moment. Okay, so gold again finished the week strong. You know, $50 range rally on the week is pretty good. So, okay, so I've got resistance now at 1942 and below that 1864. And I've got support at 1808 and 1807. The 30-minute is showing 1864 as a resistance, the same as the daily, and support at 1843 and 1835. Finally, moving on to WTI. For me, it's still ranging at the moment. It's still in that $72, $82 range. I've got resistance at 82.60 and 79.93, with support at 75.68 and 74.47. On the 30-minute, I've got resistance at 79.91, similar to the daily, with support at 78.74, 77.28, and 75.84. So, yeah, we've got central bank meetings coming out this month as well. So, just keep an eye on those. It's going to sort of impact all of these markets. You've got Powell speaking. There's lots and lots going on. Never a dull moment in trading at the moment. So just a reminder of what we do, where we can help you with your trading, some of our services. So apart from obviously this YouTube, we offer a daily newsletter. And in there you get sort of the global headlines, you get my views, you also get fresh daily chart levels, and that includes fresh pivot points each day. And we give you full package, so you get a lot of sort of detailed news as well, global news. And it's definitely worth signing up for, and that's where you would sign up on there. Then we do one-day workshops, and you can just use these to fill in any gaps that you've got, which is obviously going to help you to accelerate your trading experience and improve your skills as well. And then our 1-week course pretty much takes you from 0 to hero. Obviously, it depends where you are in your trading career, but it's a great course to give you those foundations on which you're going to build that trading career. And then if you're really serious about turning it into a career, rather than just maybe a second income, then we do our comprehensive masterclass. It's an accredited course, and that's designed to provide you with all the knowledge and trading skills that you're going to need to navigate today's markets. And we cover all the asset classes as well. And then moving on, just check out our calendar, or reach out to us to find out what's coming up, because we do change them from time to time. Especially in the order that they're coming. Trader mentoring. So if you want to get to that next level, then we can definitely help you with that. I've got almost 50 years of trading experience, so I'm happy to pass some of that on. And sometimes you just need that sort of other set of eyes looking at what you're doing to help you to achieve that. We consult hedging for FX, commodity exposure, companies, individuals, and such like. And then, of course, we provide trader education. And that can be to individuals, also to exchanges and brokers. So, again, if you're looking to improve, then check us out. Look on our website. Just contact me. Otherwise, send me an email. I'm happy to arrange a discussion and see if and where we can help you. And then, of course, if you lack the capital to do this, as many do, they tend to try and trade when they're undercapitalized, then you can do that, or at least have a go at qualifying for that through our partner to get that funded trading account, which again saves you having to use your capital for that. And if you would like to reach out to us, quite simply, info@symaxfintech.com, or if you've got something that you'd like to ask me about trading, then it's chris.tubby@symax-int.com. So as usual, listen, have a great week trading. If you've got any questions, then reach out, and good luck. And of course, above all, be lucky. Bye for now.